So here's a drill that I use pretty regularly, and I just want to go over a couple of reasons why I would use this drill. First reason is get a lot of players who would pull the club on the inside pretty quickly. Sometimes their hands come out, or sometimes they overturn the body, and the club just gets pulled way inside because they've been told to just turn. So that would be the first reason, and then the second reason I use it is the better players, usually from the top, have a tendency to drop it underneath, so they'll get to the top and then usually their hands, or they'll slide towards the target, pop up the left hip, and then the hands will drop in back this way, and they'll have a fear of hitting this alignment stick and then hitting a big draw or a big block. So those are the two main reasons why I would use it. And I'll just go over kind of the positions that I like to see while using this. First one, I've got the shaft plane here. Second one, go through the elbow plane. And I like to see the hands pretty much stay in the same position as they go back here. See how they don't move that much. And I like to see the club go up either the shaft plane or the elbow plane line. In between those two lines, somewhere there. And as you get to this position, I like to see also the club face just turn down a little bit this way. So it's the toes not pointing straight up to the sky. You don't want it too excessive, but around about there would be ideal. And then from this position, all you've got to do is fold the right elbow. If I stayed and did not turn and fold the right elbow, the hands would come out this way. But as I do that and turn, then the hands will appear to go straight up into the middle of my chest. So from that position, fold the right elbow, goes up into position right in the middle of the chest, which I like to see. And just as a reference, the shaft's on a pretty good line there, going up and over the shoulders. And then from this position, I like to see some shoulder elevation to get the club a little bit up more, and the hands over the right shoulder this way. But a big thing for me and my teaching, I really look a lot at this right shoulder. Getting in position, I don't like to see it get too far stuck behind, so going towards the target this way. I don't like it going too high or too low, but if it's high or low, I don't mind it being high or low as long as it's still in front of, say, the seam on your shirt. So there's still an angle between the chest and the arm this way. Once it gets dragged back, horizontal abduction, then there's a lot of things can go wrong from there. So as long as this right shoulder's in great position, that's a big deal for me. I like to see from here, the arms have gone up, or the hands have gone up with the shoulder elevation. Now they've got to come down. Let's see the left hip stay down as you do this, and get the hands back down towards the middle of the chest again, with some knee flexion, hip flexion. This is a little bit more than what I would see in players hitting full shots, but this is just purely to show you what is happening. So in a good position there, if you leave the arms up and do the same turn, then the club will get thrown a little bit too far out this way and a little bit over the top and have to cut across it. If you don't get enough turn, then obviously the hands are going to drop down this way, but then you're going to fear hitting the stick. So you're trying to get a combination of the rotation of the body and then the arms dropping down. So I'm getting good position here. And then from there, I like to see the hands drop now more towards the right thigh, kind of in this position. So then that brings the club head back out in front there. So now it's in good line. Miss the stick, the alignment stick, down into the back of the ball this way. I can just hit a pretty straight shot from there. Just to go over how the stick is, I've got this alignment stick on the ground. Change the colour of that. I've got the stick on the ground, which is where the heel would be of just inside the heel of the club. And then this alignment stick goes right into the bottom of that. So if I brought it a little bit closer, it would be something similar to this, just like that. But the camera just couldn't see it, so I just thought I'd go over where that is exactly positioned. You can bring it a little bit further back if you want to. Be careful hitting full shots with it. You could put a noodle, swimming pool noodle on top of it, if that feels a little bit safer. But the main part for me is on the takeaway. I use it a lot for the backswing for people, just to get to miss it as for their takeaway, to get this first movement right. And it feels very strange to a lot of people because they're so used to pulling it on the inside, because they're just turning the body or whipping the club on the inside. And like I say, with the better players, usually from the top, so they don't drop it on the inside too far. And younger players, what happens is usually from the top, the pelvis will move forward this way, and that'll drop the hands back and down, and then you've got a good chance of hitting the alignment stick at the back.